Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. It's live trading video time, guys. What's up, everyone? Madaz here, madazmoney.com. Today, we're going to be talking about the trades we took on SPI, live trading examples, shorting the panic pop, covering the panic drop. Going to talk about how we recognized the stock was going to drop at the open. We're going to talk about the grindbacks further than you think, and then the infinite dump, how we did it, how we recognized it. Talk about it in this video, so stay tuned. How's it going, everyone? Madaz feeling charitable today, so we're going to show you guys some live trades we took, again, on ticker symbol SPI. And if you guys are new to this channel, you guys are new and you guys don't know who I am, my name is Madaz. I've been making YouTube videos now since 2013, man. That's 6 years. It does not feel like 6 years, but that was 2013 when I made my first video here on YouTube. And this channel is about showing you guys some live trading examples, one of the few day trading channels out there on YouTube that shows you guys real live day trading examples. None of that hindsight BS, real live trading examples. If you guys want to make sure that these trades are actually real, watch any of my videos, guys. My trades show up on the time and sales right there. This is the tape, also known as the time and sales. You'll see that my trades, these are my orders are here. My positions, open positions are here. My closed positions are here in this window right here. And you'll see that these orders actually go through when they're executed on the tape right here on the time and sales. That's how you know that these trades are actually real live trades. Now, these aren't just live trades. These are actually live big money trades, guys. We're not talking about your lunch money from Grade Square here, folks. We're talking about real serious money being moved around. If you guys don't believe me, watch my BPTH $50,000 where I made 50,000 bucks in just 3 hours. Should be a link to that video if you guys haven't seen it, somewhere in the right hand corner of this video. And also another example would be the Elfin video where I made $45,000 in about 5 minutes or whatever it was, 5-10 minutes. $75,000, my best trading day ever in just one day. $75,000 on Elfin. A couple years back, some big six-figure positions being moved around in those live trading examples. So if you guys want to see some intense, some high adrenaline, some epic live day trading, feel free to give me a like, give me a subscribe, support the channel. And that way I can create more awesome live trading content for you guys so you guys can learn from both my winners and my losers as well. So let's go ahead and hop right to it and talk about SPI today. You can see SPI was a stock that's gapping up 74% right there, 74% gap up, hitting that pre-market high there at 424. You see the pre-market support around that 340 area. So let's hop right to it. All right, guys, so we're going to be playing this SPI live trading footage at 3x normal speed just because this footage is pretty long and we're not going to play a 1 hour and 40-minute video with respect to time. But so we're going to pick it up right here just before the market open. And we're going to see what happens here on SPI. It's right now trading around this 390 area. Again, guys, if you guys want to slow it down, do it in your own time. Rewatch this video at like 1/2 speed or whatever options YouTube gives you, so that way you can really slow things down if you have to really see what happens. But we're watching here at triple speed. You see that there was a 4 psychological whole number reject, which I missed the short on. You saw me put an order there really quick there in this window. Did not get filled because I was too slow, but that's okay. We're going to watch the residual pops. In a couple seconds, you'll see a big seller pop up on the offer. This is the level 2 right there. This is the level 2. This is what I'm watching 90% of the time. You guys are new to this channel. This is what I'm referring to most of the time when I'm watching. You see me now short the stock. There was a hidden seller there at 370 that stepped in, resulting in this yank on this stock. Now covering this drop there for a couple bucks. Got a couple shares that didn't fill. Definitely slow this video down in your own time. You'll see that there was a big seller that showed up at 370. The stock could not reclaim 370 for a second there, and then it ended up just giving up. And that's why the stock's now at 350 off of that 4 reject. It attempted basically a quick bounce, but it ran into a brick wall off of that 370 big seller. Now officially all covered, locking in $470 there on that short, that quick short there in about 4 minutes. Stock now testing that pre-market support area around 330. So 2 big sizable red candles, now 320s on SPI. Stock's basically dropped about 20%. So stock trying to hold that 320 level as support here. Bouncing back a little bit, shorting this little pop against that 340 line right there, that little support, which is the bottom wick, the end of the bottom wick of that first candle. And you see it's rejecting off that level. So there we go. Let's see. Still teetering around this 330 area. But still holding that 320 support level. So basically this stock is trading in that 320 to 340 range. So just taking it off there into that next 20 wash. Now up $740 on the day. Stock cracking the lows there for a second. And it ends up reclaiming 320. So basically just cracked that 320 support there. Probably got some people chasing there on the short side at the lows. But overall, you can see the stock dropped 20% of the open from 4 to 320. The bounce was pretty weak. Look at the size of the red candle compared to the size of the green candle. You can see that the bounce is very, very weak compared to the magnitude of the drop, signifying the weakness on this stock. But for what it's worth, it's still defending that 320 area. Again, guys, we are watching this at triple speed. So do watch this video again. Slow it down if you have to. We're just speeding up with respect to time just to keep this video a reasonable length. Showing you guys all the trades I took today on the morning session of SPI, all on the short side. We're staying short bias on this stock because of all of that overhead resistance. Again, stock still holding that 320 area. It's basically just did a fake 320 breakdown. It's reclaiming back toward that 335, 340. So the stock is still in a 20-cent range, more or less, 320 to 340, just to make the numbers easy. As we see, the clock is at 9:48, so 12 minutes to 10 o'clock. Ready to lock it in, $747, as you can see right there. Right there, locking in $747 in about 15 minutes. You can currently see that the stock is still struggling at that 340 area. Another slam back down. It's very choppy. You see the alternating green and red candles, which signifies the choppy action. Choppy 20-cent tight range action. So there really is no high conviction trades right here while the stock is being very indecisive. You'll see me scalp some of these moves, these pops and covering these drops for a quick couple bucks here and there, but these are trades that noob traders should not be taking. If you're not fast enough, you're gonna miss your entries, you're gonna miss your exits, and you're gonna get yourself into trouble. So still not much going on here at the moment on SPI. It's still basically trading in this range still. You see the diminishing volume as well. Now the key thing about this consolidation near the lows is that it potentially can get a lot of shorts trapped. A lot of shorts could be, getting some FOMO. They're thinking this stock can drop back down to $2. And this could potentially trap shorts. And we all know that move at the open trapped longs for sure. Longs definitely got crushed at the open, but this long-term consolidation near the lows could potentially trap enough shorts slamming at really bad prices, getting poor entries, and that could potentially offset some of the longs. Stock's trying to attempt to crack again at 320. But again, it's reclaiming back to 330 pretty easily. You see how easily it reclaims 330 after going below that 320 area for a couple seconds there. You see that pop to 340. You see me take the short there on that 340 panic pop. Stock moving about 30 cents very quickly, close to 30 cents. Taking the short there. And these are just small scalps. Covering there. Now up $1,000 on the day. Pretty nice profit there before the 30-minute mark, before 10 o'clock. Scalping that little quick pop and drop there from the 40s down to the 20s. But again, if you're a newer trader, you might want to avoid taking those trades because you might not be fast enough to execute them. But for me, I've been scalping for 9 years. I trust my abilities in getting in and out quickly so I could take advantage of these quick little fluctuations in the price action. But more or less, the stock is pretty indecisive again at the moment. 320, 340, 10 o'clock. I know it's not the most exciting action at the moment. Stock's basically gone sideways now for quite some time, basically since the third candle of the day. It's crazy how we trade this action every single day in real time. This is triple speed, and it's, to be honest, quite boring to watch. But we were watching this in real time. So it's 3 times as slow as this, man. But hey, man, if somebody told you you can make $2,500 in about an hour and a half watching this stuff, man, you'd do it in a heartbeat. And that's what I've been doing it for 9 years. So taking a little bit of a short there, only got a partial fill on that panic pop. Again, toward the 40s. A lot of partial fills on this stock today. So the stock's, showing a little bit of strength here. You're getting a little bit of a sense that there's some sort of a inflection point that's hitting here. Maybe we finally offset the longs that got dumped at the open with some of the shorts that slammed the lows. They're kind of counteracting each other a little bit. It's resulting in a little bit of a bounce. Granted, it took almost 30 minutes worth of consolidation to collect enough shorts to bounce the stock finally. And again, the stock seemed quite lifeless at the open, dropping from 4 down to 320. But we're definitely starting to see that turning point. Yeah, I'm still short. It's a very small position. I'm already up $1,000 on the day, so. Keep an eye on that 40 area. Keep an eye also on that 380 area, which was also, a support and resistance level from pre-market. As you see the stock popping a little bit more here. Trying to push a little bit toward that 350. There we go. Trying to push 350. Trying to push VWAP. There we go. You see me get my ad there off of that push. Now I'm basically short now, risking that 380 area. Looking for a quick instant topping tail wick back type candle. You'll see in a second. Also note the volume that this candle is pushing on. It's on less volume than the previous candle. So now the candle is also turned red. You see the wicking topping tail candle confirming that sellers kind of stuffed that move, so to speak. So the volume just increased a little bit, but then a lot of that volume was sell volume off of that reject. You saw it. So it's a little misleading that this candle is going to close green. Because it tapped almost 70 there and then slamming back. You see, boom, right there down to 40. Now this candle showing what the stock's true colors really are. So the stock there gave it a go, pushed to 370, got rejected back down to 340. I got filled a couple shares there on that 48. You see the level 2 there. 50 is getting a little bit heavy. There's an offer stack there at 50. So let's see if it can hold above 50. Doesn't seem like it. Looks very heavy. 40s are being tested at the moment. Might be lost here. There we go. Covering a little bit more there. Got a couple shares left on that 40 wash. Got a couple shares left from that short. Basically nailing that top. Not entirely sure what my fill exactly was, but it was basically a top tick fill on that little pop. Pretty nice. And getting that immediate instant resolution, which is why we short pops and cover drops. We don't short lows. In short lows, you get, stuck in the pop and then you're instantly down in your position unrealized. When you're shorting pops, you might get a move like this. Boom, covering the rest there on that washout. Now I'm up $1,800 in about 48 minutes into the day. Pretty nice chunk of change right there for just 48 minutes worth of work. Locking it in. Nailing the top right there. And then dodging this bullet right there. Stock getting really whipsaw. This is something we talk about in madazmoney.com and the Madaz Money chat room. You know, usually after 10 o'clock, we usually get a lot of more erratic behavior on names like this. Always got to be cautious and size down. You see me take the short on this pop, but look at my position sizing. You can see, you know, my star is a lot smaller this time. Just don't trust this kind of what we call shenanigans. Really erratic, unpredictable behavior. We already got our big move. We already got our washout from 370 down to 320. You know, we already made our profits off of that. $800. Now it's behaving a little bit strangely, and we got to be mindful of the fact that this stock could have a mind of its own. So sizing in small to account for that. This stock could very well go to 380, which is where that next resistance level is currently residing at. So stock right now at the moment holding at 340 area as support. But it's already shown that it's capable of going down to 320. It's basically back to trading in a choppy mode. Adding a couple shares there on that pop. So cautiously scaling in a lot smaller size at a time, just to account for the fact that this thing could do something a little bit more out of left field. So again, the stock's back trading in this 20-cent range action. You got the slam down there. Covered a few shares there on that little washout. Around 48 or so. Again, another partial fill. You see the stock now getting a lot of bid propping action around that 350 area. You'll see here, you see right there. You know, right there, a little bit of bid propping action there. The stock's trying to get push. We got to figure out why they're trying to do that. Let's see if they're trying to actually push this stock and then sustain a move. You see, they're actually just able to just push it up a couple cents, and it's already struggling. It's acting very sluggish. And that's the key takeaway from this stock right now. Is that you see the stock try to break out, but it keeps running into like seemingly a lot of walls. Like the analogy I always give, like, you know, it's like biking uphill with a heavy backpack on, like a backpack full of heavy rocks in it. And that's the sense I get from SPI, is that, you know, even with the bid props, right there again, you see the bid props. Even with the bid props, the stock tries to get pushed up, but it can't really, you know, get anything going. Look at that. Still struggling. So I'm still holding on my short right here. Yeah, I don't have a big position, so it's not a big deal for me to hold through this chop. Obviously, if I was in a lot bigger size, then from a risk management standpoint, things would be a lot more different. I would have to take a much more cautious approach. But with a position that's pretty small and I'm already locked in $1,800 on a day, I'm able to manage this trade with relative ease. You see the stock trying to push to 70. It's the first time it's trying to push 70 again, but still struggling. Look at that instant wick back. So another stuffed candle there on that wick, on that 70 attempted push. Stock very easily going down. Very hard time going up, very easy time going down. That's the best way to sum up the action currently on SPI. It needs basically some artificial life support in the form of these bid props in the 50s that you're still seeing right now. You see right there, there's a big bidder right there at 50 on the level 2. Again, guys, I'm watching this white window with the flashing yellow, green, blue, and red. Seeing what the tug-of-war battle is going on with the buyers on the left. Buyers on the left and the sellers on the right. See what they're doing. It's basically just a big tug-of-war battle. Right now we're seeing some artificial life support on the buy side. And it's barely pushing the stock up like 20 cents. But again, you got to be open-minded to the fact that, you know, the stock could potentially squeeze. So that's why, again, I'm in small size. I'm not going to risk my entire day oversizing into some choppy sideways action. Again, trying to push over 60 again. Again, you still see how sluggish it feels. And you want to know what's going on right now. Basically, what's going on right now is that the stock dumped at the open. You got a bunch of longs getting dumped and getting shafted at the open on that big move down. Then all of a sudden you got a bunch of chop and grind for the next, 30, 45 minutes or so. And that's a result of a bunch of shorts FOMOing, fear of missing out, slamming the lows. And then it offset probably at least some of the longs that got dumped on at the open, causing this upward move. And now we're kind of at this equilibrium point where there's probably an equal amount of longs, that got stuck in the dump versus an equal amount of shorts that got stuck slamming the lows at really bad prices. So that's what's going on right now, and that's why the stock's going sideways. It all goes back to economics 101, guys. High school economics. What do they teach you? Supply and demand. If there's an equal supply and an equal amount of demand, what happens to the price? The price doesn't move. So that's what's going on right now, guys. Stock's been going sideways now for some time. But you got to recognize that there's an artificial bid support being thrown into the equation on that 350 on SPI. So that's goes to show you there's something going on there. Stock needs some bids showing up, and as a result, the stock's being held up, but it's not getting a big push at all. Farthest it's gone so far is that 370 area. It's proven to be tough so far in this stock. Again, look at those bids at 350. It's trying, man. It's trying. It has the weight of the world on its shoulders right now. When you got that much bid support and the stock not able to push, you know something's not right. See 350s there coming up. I mean, you're telling me there's all these bids there at 350, 351, and this stock's not able to move even 1 cent. Man, look at those bids, man. They're trying, man. They're trying. Look at all those bids. But again, though, you got to be mindful of the fact that, you know, the stock could push. You could absolutely catch a couple shorts off guard, catch enough shorts, and then short squeeze. So that's why I'm in small size, like I said. Just to manage the risk accordingly. Look how long this stock's gone sideways, though. This stock has basically spent pretty much the entire trading session sideways. Aside from that little breakout toward 370, it's just shifted the range up from 320 to 340 up to 340 to 370, essentially. But it's basically gone sideways since that third candle. Just shifting that range up. And the volume is now diminishing pretty substantially compared to the open. You see the volume at the open was over 1 million shares. Now you're barely printing, not even 100,000 shares. Which goes to show you that the demand is waning on this stock. Look at those bids still holding up. So here comes an attempted 360 push. Let's see what we got going here. Maybe we finally get a legit breakout. Let's see. Again, with my 1,800 shares, I'm not scared. It's trying to push here. You got a couple bidders now back toward the 60s. Let's see if we get a legit push here. Okay, 70. All right, 74. Let's see if we get a real sustained breakout. Nope. Adding to my short there on that pop towards 70, looking for a fake breakout rejection. What we just saw right there was an attempted breakout and an instant rejection. Let's see if it gets anywhere back toward that 380 area. 380 again was that resistance we pointed out earlier. We already had that line drawn. Look at that. It's not even able to get back towards 70. Looking kind of weak. Let's see, the 60s are lost. 60 bids are getting whacked. 50 bids are getting taken out slowly here. Let's see. 50s. There we go. Boom. And look at that. Covering there on that wash. Correctly reading that fake breakout. And then all of a sudden, you see the bids fell off the cliff. Confirming that those bids over 50, around that 350 area, sometimes in the 360s, were artificial. Once those bids were pulled, life support was pulled, and you guys know what happens when the life support gets pulled. Here's what you're witnessing, exactly that right now on SPI. Stock going from 370 down to 320, just like that. So covering it there, I think the official cover is 336, locking in $2,500 in about an hour and a half of work, guys. So we're just going to stop the video right here. So if you guys have any further questions, feel free to leave me some comments below. How do you guys trade SPI today? Were you guys able to get the correct reads on this stock? Did you guys get caught logging the breakout and you got dumped on? Do you guys short the lows and get the grind back? Let me know in the comments below, guys. If you guys made money, if you guys lost money, if you guys learned a thing or two as well, feel free to give me a like, give me a share, give me a subscribe. Also follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Lots of trade ideas posted there every single day on Twitter. Lots of fun stuff posted on Instagram as well. Guys, this is Madaz. If you guys like what you see, give me a shout out. Give me some support. Give me some love. More trading videos, more live trading videos to come. This is Madaz again, signing out.